It's Wednesday. I'm the Prez. You're watching First Pitch. Dave Cokin, like always, the legend, joining us. And today, the second time this week, Rob Veno. His camera angle sucks. His lighting is even worse. He chose a spot in front of two windows. And his face, well, that he has to call his parents about. Lots to talk about this show. We're going to take apart 5 baseball games like we do every single day, and then we're going to go to extra innings and look at the rest of them very quick. Just a quick mention, the college football show with Dave Cokin, myself and Teddy Covers is up. It's live. You can find it at our YouTube channel, Wager Talk TV. There are some unbelievable promotions in there, so make sure to check that out. As well, Thursday, that's when the NFL presidential report goes up. Myself and Kelly, this Thursday show, we're going to look at all the teams, their win-loss records, some future bets for who's going to win the divisions, the conference, and the Super Bowl. And most importantly, and I'm telling you guys, if you're going to be following me in NFL, if you're going to be betting NFL, period, the most important section of the show will be how I attack every single team from a gambling perspective. This show is probably the most important NFL show you will watch if you are going to be betting, and it's the largest, most listened to handicapping show on the internet, so make sure to tune in for that. Let's bring the guests in. Dave Cokin, how are you, my friend?
Very good. Looking forward to tomorrow night because it's, to me, the official kickoff of the college football season. So, and the last week of the NFL preseason, and there's baseball. So it's a nice time to be betting.
Yeah, I love when my kids text me while I'm doing the show. They know when I do the show. They live in my house, and I'm screaming, and yet they can't stop bothering me. Rob Veno, I think you're there. It's shady. I see a bobbing head. Welcome, brother. How are you?
I am good today, Prez. Off a good night last night with a 5% winner at a $2 Tuesday, so that always helps. 9-0 Dodgers. A lot of advantages their way. They went out and executed them, so we're in pretty good shape today.
Yeah, brother. I spoke to Drew Martin today. He is the he's the operator of sportsmemo.com, the man who takes all the phone calls, the man who handles all the emails, the man who runs the show. And yeah, he was telling me how incredible you've been. And he told me you won your baseball play last night, so congratulations to that. We actually have a special for you coming up in one of our commercials. I'm excited to do that. It's going to be for your football packages. But before we get into that, let's get some Wager Talk news out of the way. Brian Leonard, he has a 5% play in baseball tonight at wagertalk.com. And folks, this is an absolute must play. Brian is on a 17-6 and 26-11 baseball run. And get this, he is 24-8. in the last 3-4 years of 5-unit plays. 24-8 in his last 32 5% releases. He's got one tonight. You cannot miss it. We also have information on the Saratoga race, so check that out. You can get that at wagertalk.com. And gentlemen, ladies, anybody listening, don't sleep on Hakeem Profits' WNBA. He went into last night on a 9-1 run, and he won his card again last night. So he is in absolute must-play mode. Boys, we're going to take a quick, and I'm talking a quick, commercial break, and then we're going to get right back into it. We got so much to talk about today, lots of games on tap, so make sure to stay with us, and we will take apart every baseball game we can. Hey guys, it's the Prez real quick. I want to talk to you about Rob Veno. He's only been on First Pitch a couple of times, but this is one of the most professional, handicappers around. He's been doing this for over 2 decades. He bets his own money on all his plays. He's a winner, even though he can't afford a microphone or a proper camera or proper headphones or even a proper shirt. No, it doesn't matter. Why buy that stuff when you can just keep rolling your gambling bankroll? Bottom line, Rob Veno is known for his big plays. This man hits his big plays. In college football, he is 134 to 84. That's a 61.5% rate on his 5-unit releases. His 5-unit college football totals last season alone was 11-3-1. That's 78.6%. That is utterly absurd. If you head over to Sports Memo and you use the promo code VENOFB, that's VENOFB. I don't know why he did an FB. Drew should have sent me an FP for first pitch, but he sent me an FB, so it's first bitch. Use that promo code, you get half off his package, his college football season, his NFL season, or both, and it's only around for the next 24 hours. So use the promo code VENOFB, as in Veno First Bitch. Speaking of first bitch, Rob, why should the guys play your college football?
Well, I think you just gave enough reason for it, Prez. Ben, and I've swayed more towards totals over the years. I think that was a move made by Sports Memo years back. They wanted me to shift that way. I did, and certainly they've been very, very successful. Put a lot of research into it, though. I mean, I started college football back in late April, so put a lot of work into it each and every season. The results on the Big Play show, I think that like I say, the record speaks for itself. That goes back to 2007, guys. So that's a long time ago. That's a 12-year span with those types of numbers. Pretty good stuff. Love college football anyway. My favorite sport. So it's fun to handicap it, and when they win, it's even more fun.
Yeah, well, listen. We've been following you. Dave talks highly about you. Teddy Covers is a big fan of yours. You've been with him for years and years. So, guys, make sure to head over to sportsmemo.com and use that promo code VENOFB. Boys, let's get right to it. We're going to take apart 5 games today. We're going to start with the Pittsburgh-Philadelphia game. Philly is minus 145, give or take. The over and under is 10 in this spot. And, Dave, Pittsburgh won last night. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Philly is zigzagging right now. A loss, a win, a loss, a win, a loss, and a win. Is it Philly's night tonight?
Yeah. They're not a very trustworthy team right now. So, you can make a case it's Philly's night tonight in terms of them winning the game. But do you really want to lay $1.50 with a team that's just not playing good baseball right now? Keller is showing signs of figuring it out. He's supposed to be the future ace of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Guy's got good stuff. He just, he's inexperienced right now, and it's hurt him somewhat. I lean to the Phillies in the game, but with no conviction at all. You won't see me laying any prices with this team right now. Not any substantial prices, let's put it that way.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%, Dave. I lean on Philly too, but I don't think I'm going to get to the window with that. Rob Veno, talk to me, brother.
We might be able to get to the total, guys. The bullpens are in a little bit of disarray here, fatigue-wise. I think that happens 3rd game of the series. But if you just go through the top arms in each bullpen for the Phils, they've acquired Jared Hughes, and they've worked him to death. 3 straight days he's thrown, 31 pitches. Don't expect to see him. Ranger Suarez has been pretty good by Philly standards from the left side. He's thrown back-to-back. Wouldn't expect to see him. Hector Neris, the closer, is thrown back-to-back. You may see him, but you probably get a little less than his best in this particular game. On the Pirates side, Kyle Crick, top right-hander, 3 of the last 4 days. Francisco Liriano, top left-hander, back-to-back days. Felipe Vasquez, the closer, 27 pitches last night. Just seems to me that when these starters leave the game, and Velasquez and Keller probably leave the game after 5. Vince doesn't get through more than 5 ever, and you got to rely on 4 innings to be covered by these bullpens. Could see some runs late. It should have been a Phillies night last night. Prez Reese Hopkins drops a double play to end the game, and they wind up losing. Real quick on Velasquez. Threw about 80% fastballs his last start. Coaching staff is trying to get him to work in some more breaking pitches. His elevated fastball is his best pitch, but he seems to be leaning on it a little too much. See if he can recover from, getting smashed by Miami last time out.
He's Rob Veno. You can find him at sportsmemo.com. Obviously, the legend Dave Cokin is joining us. Guys, real quick announcement. I know this is going to be sad for a bunch of you guys, but First Pitch is going to go on a 1-month hiatus. Friday will be our last show until the playoffs start, and then Dave, myself, and likely Brian Leonard will do a playoff preview, and we will do a playoff preview round by round. But you can still get your fill. Starting on Tuesday, we are going to have Morning Joe in the Pro. It'll be back in full swing, and what we're going to do on Morning Joe is we're going to take apart a couple of baseball games a day, plus 1 college football game and 1 NFL game. It'll be a tight show, nicely formatted. It will always have 2 guests on it. It'll be a lot of Dave Cokin, so you're going to still have him. And, of course, the college football betting show with Dave and Teddy you'll get as well, and that'll be taped every Tuesday. It's just too much going on. In order for Dave to kill it in college football, in order for me and Teddy and Rob and Hakeem and Ralph and everybody else to kill it in college and NFL, there's way too much handicapping work done. We simply cannot do First Pitch once football season starts. So my apologies to everybody. But please keep coming back. Check out Morning Joe in the Pro. I know you're going to love it, and it'll be a lot more fun than talking about dry baseball for 45 minutes a day. Cincinnati Reds, Dave. Cincinnati minus 135 as an opener. We've got a 160 on the board at Bovada, but on a whole, you're looking at around a minus 150 with an over and under of 8. These two guys went over the total of 8 both their last 2 games. Miami lost 8-5 and 6-3. And while I don't see anything different here, Dave, I lean straight to the over again, even though Alcantara is pitching so well. What do you like in this one?
Well, the Reds have won the first 2 in the series. This is, I believe, the final. Let me make sure it's not a 4-game series. I don't want to sound like an idiot. No, actually, they're playing again on Thursday. So the Marlins are not in the sweep situation. The number looks like about it looked like about the right price. This is another one. The market's really hammered the Reds in this game. It's going up a quarter. And the Reds, it's funny. Sometimes these bad teams who are just playing out the string are better when they get on the road late in the season.
Yeah.
Because they do but concentrate on the baseball. Whereas at home, I don't know, like they're watering the lawn or going out with playing with the kid, getting them ready for school, whatever. And the Reds were terrible, absolutely terrible this past weekend at home. Now they're on the road and they played well in this series. I think they're going to win again tonight.
Rob, what do you think here, brother?
Yeah, the starting pitching matchup is, kind of interesting, guys. Alcantara, that you talked about, Prez, he's actually put up really good numbers, ERA-wise, WHIP-wise. Last 4 games, 2.36 ERA, 0.94 WHIP, but the walks have just been killer for this guy. I mean, somehow he's able to dodge it. He doesn't let the ball leave the park much. But this guy's walked 71 batters in 149 innings. The same goes for DeSclafani. He's had his trouble with the walk, but he's mostly had trouble with home runs. The good news for him is the Marlins don't hit any home runs. Worst in Major League Baseball. Yeah. By far, they're the worst in Major League Baseball. And I think one guy that doesn't get talked about a lot because on the Marlins, but Brian Anderson went down Friday night when they scored 19 runs against the Phillies. And the 3 games since then, they've gone 3 runs, 3 runs, 3 runs. Arguably the best hitter in the lineup going now. DeSclafani's got a real good advantage against this lineup because they can't do what he fails at. And we'll see if Alcantara can keep dodging trouble. But he's been really good. His stuff is nice. It moves all over the place.
Guys, remember to go to sportsmemo.com, use the promo code VENOFB, as in Veno First Pitch. Half price off of his college football season, NFL season, or both. Big game, Cubs and the Mets. The Cubs are holding on, Dave. They're holding on to the final wild card. They're 2 up on Philly. They're 3 up on the Mets. They actually won a road game last night, which is a real surprise, 5-2 against the New York Mets. The Mets are favored. Syndergaard on the mound. They came out at minus 130. They've been bet down to minus 112 at 5 times with an over and under of 8 in this spot. And I think that's, the Mets have lost 4 in a row, Dave. They got swept by Atlanta. They lost to the Cubs, and they really need this win.
Yeah, they need it, but you got to hit the baseball.
Yeah, their last few games. Their last few games are a disaster. 2 last night, 1 the night before, 5-1-2. You're 100% right. They're just not swinging the bats.
Their whole team is going cold. In the game where they scored 5, Alonso, I think, hit a 3-run homer. So outside of that, they didn't do much in that game. It is really tough to bet on a team, even with a good pitcher, when they can't hit the baseball.
Yeah.
And to me, it's what we said yesterday. We said, look, it's going to be Darvish or nobody here because Darvish is in good form and he figures to contain this Mets lineup right now. Hendricks is not the dominant pitcher that Darvish can be, but he's as smart as it gets.
Yeah.
And I just, I can't back the Mets at this point. I have to look at the Cubs in this one, especially as even a small dog.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, Dave. But, with the total, it's so interesting because I want to bet the total under with these 2 great pitchers on the mound, with the Mets' bats so silent. But we've seen this so many times. I mean, you lay an egg, and then you put up a 1, a 2, a 1, a 2, and then the next game you throw up an 8 spot. I'm going to stay away from the total, but like you, I do lean on the Cubs, but I'm not betting them. I can't bet the Cubs on the road right now, especially against a New York Mets team that has to win this game. Rob Veno, what do you like?
Yeah, I'm with you guys. It's hard to trust either side right now. You can't trust the Cub bullpen. And maybe when you get to Kimbrel, but up to that point, it's very, very difficult. Hendricks has been outstanding. And if you just take away his 1 bad start 3 starts ago, the other 7 show him to have a 1.59 ERA, 0.73 whip. The guy, like Dave said, he's very smart, doesn't overpower you, but he's got good handle on where to spot the baseball. And against a team that's not hitting the baseball right now, which is surprising because Jeff McNeil's back in that lineup. You would think that they'd be hitting the ball better now, but they're not. Very difficult for me to play either way here. Had the Cubs last night with Darvish because he's been on such a good run. If I had to, I think I'd go Hendricks here as well, but just don't have enough guts to do it. Under might be a way to go, Prez. That certainly can be argued for sure. Just got to worry about the bullpens in the back half, maybe an under in the first 5.
He's Rob Veno, Dave Cokin with us. Like always, you're watching First Pitch. Remember, everyone, last First Pitch show is this Friday. I can't thank you all enough for your wonderful support, your comments, your posts. It's so greatly appreciated. But stay with us, guys. Stay with us and check out Morning Joe and the Pro. It'll start on either Monday or Tuesday. Dave, Tampa Bay on the road playing Houston tonight. Tampa Bay needs to win this. Houston minus 225. The over and under is 8 in this game. Tampa Bay falling behind Oakland, 1 game out of playoff contention. Where are you going, my friend?
Not against Garrett Cole. who's got a Cy Young in his sights. So there might be games where Houston kind of relaxes, maybe puts a few of the kids in down the stretch and gives some of the star veterans a day off. But I don't think they're going to do it when Garrett Cole's on the mound. They want him to get that Cy Young award. He's been the steadiest pitcher in the American League this year, even better than Verlander, in my opinion. And Tampa Bay, they've done it with... Look, to me, Kevin Cash might still be the manager of the year, even if the team doesn't make the playoffs. He has done it with smoke and mirrors. They lost two of their best pitchers in Snell and then Glasnow prior to that, and they've been out for a significant amount of time. Yandy Diaz gets hurt. Brandon Lau, who was very quietly having a borderline Rookie of the Year season, he got hurt in July, and now he's out for the season. And yet they've hung in there.
Yeah.
So you have to give Cash all the credit in the world. But on paper, they're just not, to me, they're just not that good a baseball team. If you compare Tampa and the Red Sox, I know the Red Sox have their issues, but Boston's a much better team than Tampa from top to bottom, even with some questions of the pitching staff. The problem is I think Tampa might be running out of gas at this point. And against a team like Houston, that's a real tough hurdle to overcome.
Yeah.
But they'll find a way to win the games against the lesser teams and will stay in this playoff race. But I don't think they can beat the Astros at this point.
Yeah, Rob, I like the under in this game. As we can see with Tampa Bay, they're just not hitting the ball well. And I think with Yarbrough on the mound, I think he can keep Houston's bats a little bit silent. So that's where I'm going. What do you like?
Yeah, and Yarbrough actually, Prez is 5-0 to the under in his last 5 starts.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the other side of that is Garrett Cole, 6-1 to the over in his last 7 starts. As good as he pitches, he gets a ton of support. And Houston's continued to hit the baseball, even without Carlos Correa. They just continue to mash the baseball, as evidenced by last night. See a total of 8 here for Houston against a left-handed pitcher. It just seems awfully low, but I think these two pitchers certainly give the odds makers reasons to a reason to have that number there. I have to agree with Dave that this Tampa Bay team just looks like they're on fumes at this point in time. And he talked about Tampa and Boston matching them up personnel-wise. You just go down the lineups of what these two teams put on the field last night, and it's not close. No. Houston's so much better than Tampa Bay is, so you have to figure Yarbrough's not a deep into the game pitcher. It's got to get to the bullpen at some point where Cole can go the distance. He's got to be the right side of the game. Price tag's a little bit high for me. Under 8, Houston could explode against a lefty, but Yarbrough, like we mentioned, has been very, very good, and 0-5 to the under last 5 starts.
One last game, and then we'll take a quick break and head to extra innings. Atlanta with a rare loss last night. Well, they've lost 2 in a row, but before that, they put down 8 W's, including a sweep of the Mets and Miami. Atlanta favored tonight, Dave, as we would expect. They're minus anywhere from 138 at Grande to 150 at Bovada. The over and under is 9.5 in this spot. I'm looking at the over in this game. I think even though we've seen Atlanta only put up 4 runs in their last 3 games, the Jays have a tendency to allow teams to explode. I like the over, but I don't think I'm going to get to the window with it. Where are you going?
Well, Fulton Evans was fabulous last time.
Yeah.
Here's the fly in the ointment, if you will. It was against the Mets, who aren't hitting at all. They're just not hitting at all. And that was a game where DeGrom was the only offense for the Mets. 14 innings, they scored 1 run, and it was a DeGrom homer. Their position players got nothing in 14 innings against Fulton Evans and company for the Braves. So he's got to be feeling really confident right now, and I think Fulton Evans has some major incentive here, which is that Atlanta's going to be in the postseason, and he wants to be a part of that postseason roster and rotation. So he did himself some good last time out. I think he's got motivation to pitch well here against Toronto. Waguespack looks like a guy who might be okay for the Blue Jays, and that gives me pause for concern. I don't think I want to lay the price here, I mean, I don't want the Blue Jays because I just don't think they're going to beat the Braves again. But it's a little bit on the steep side. Second game of the series, by the way. This is one I will be paying attention to. Actually, it's only a 2-game series. Bummer. If it was a 3-game series and the Braves were looking to avoid the sweep, I'd be on them here. But I don't know. It's kind of a nothing game in a sense, so I'm going to leave it alone.
Guys, as you can see, Dave and Rob's window on line is moving around a little bit. There's actually a bug in OBS, which is the software program we use to record the shows. I do know how to fix it. I just can't fix it in the middle of the show. So that shouldn't be there for tomorrow, but really it shouldn't bother anybody that much. Rob Veno, what do you like in this game, my friend?
Yeah, a lot of what I like has been said already, but I'd like to look at that Brave outfield, guys. You know, with Inciarte and Markakis gone for so long, you take a look at who's out there right now. Rafael Ortega, Billy Hamilton they started last night, got on base 4 times, good for him. They got him primarily to be a pinch runner, winds up coming through last night. Matt Joyce, who you'll get to see tonight against the righty, but an outfield of Ronald Acuna, and any two of those three just isn't the same, and maybe that's a little bit indicative of why they've only scored 3 runs or less in 5 of the last 6 games. Waggy Speck's been good. Boy, he hasn't allowed more than 5 hits in any of his last 4 starts, and he's gone at least 5 1/3. That was the least he's gone in those 4 starts. Dansby Swanson's back for the other side. The offense should increase. I'm inclined to think that Fulton Avich will throw well here and the Braves will win, but I'm going to wait till they get out of that rut. I read a little article this morning from their manager, Brian Snitker, who said that they are, offensively a little bit down right now, and I'll let them snap out of it before I get involved with the Braves.
He's Rob Veno. You can find him at sportsmemo.com, and obviously the legend Dave Cokin is with us. Cough coming. Dave, Rob, we're going to take a 1-minute break. We're going to be right back with extra innings where we'll take apart every game that is left on the board. Guys, thanks for joining us. If you watched the college football betting show last night with Dave Cokin, myself and Teddy Covers, I gave out a promo for my $40 5% play in college football. I absolutely love this play. It's the biggest bet I am going to make. I've made literally in 3 or 4 months. It's a side play. It goes on Saturday. You can get it for $15. Use the promo code Prez, P-R-E-Z or Z15. It's a $40 regular price play. It's yours for $15. And please keep in mind, I'm on an 8-2 college football sides run dating back last year. And I'm also on a 12-4 college football betting run in total. This is an absolute must-play. It's yours for only $15. Literally, just head over to wagertalk.com. Use the promo code Prez15. Boys, let's get through this board and let's get through it fast. LA Dodgers. -190 against the San Diego Padres. Dave.
The Padres are just, they overswing. I want to talk about this team for just a second. They have got to work on getting their players to cut down their swings in the offseason. I mean, these guys look stupid against a pitcher like Walker Buehler last night, throwing that hard stuff, and they're just swinging to hit everything a mile, which is why I believe they lead the National League in strikeouts. Now they'll get some better swings against Maeda, who doesn't have the power arsenal that Buehler has. So maybe a liver spot, if you want to call it that. But it's a bullpen game for the Padres, and Andy Green said after last night's game that he, quite honestly, to paraphrase what he said, he says, "I don't know what we're going to do today." That doesn't exactly bode well. So I think the Dodgers, if you're looking for spots to take a big dog, this might not be one of them.
Rob Veno?
Yeah, Maeda's an enigma, guys. Not only inconsistent between starts, but inconsistent in innings. The guy's got a 4.13 ERA on the season, yet the league's only hitting .209 against him. So he can be dominant at times. He's been better as of late. Last 3 starts pretty good. The Dodgers just crush right-handers. And even with Wingeter being a opener here, they could get runs immediately off of this guy.
Yeah.
He's been terrible since the break. First major league start, career-wise, 211 relief appearances. But the way the Dodgers hit righties is unbelievable. And the Padres, we talked about it the other day, but it's 9 games straight now where they've scored 4 runs or less. So the offensive woes and the offensive problems, the plate discipline that Dave talked about, likely to exist here again with Maeda's different type of stuff. So if I had to, I'd probably get creative and play Dodger run line or even go over 9 runs here because I think that's probably a solid look.
I like the Dodgers on the run line as well, and I'm likely going to the window with that. And I also like the Yankees on the run line too. Dave, Yankees minus 240, over and under is 9, and I think, again, we're going to see a Yankee blowout.
I don't know. This is to me, it's a fascinating game on 2 points. You've got Paxton going against his former team, and you've got Sheffield going against his former team, the organization that kind of gave up on him.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see 2 pitchers that really want to do well here. And maybe a lean to the under. And again, I'm not a totals guy, so take that with a big chunk of salt. But I kind of like the 2 pitchers here.
Dave, when you watch this show on YouTube, you can do a thumbs up or a thumbs down. We usually get about 70 thumbs up, and we do get a couple of thumbs down. I wouldn't bet a Yankee game under with the people who went thumbs down. I like the Yankees on the run line. I liked them yesterday. They won 7-0, and I like them again here. Rob Veno, any quick thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think the biggest one, guys, is that the James Paxton knee issues seem to be gone now. It's been 5 starts where he's been really good, thrown at least 100 pitches in all. I think he had 88 in one of those 5. But he's been good. They're 5-0 in his last 5 starts, to point toward the Yankees even further, and 35 Ks in his last 30 and a third. Kind of indicates that he's got his stuff back. So I think Paxton going home at a pitcher's ballpark, probably again the right side. Seattle just not enough offense to get past him, I don't think, here.
Yeah, I'm literally texting my techie to help me figure out. I just got to figure out how to get past the stupid bug that keeps moving your screen. I've already done it a few times, but man, I'm just too old for this stuff. Cleveland, Detroit, Zimmerman on the mound, minus 185 for Cleveland, the over and under 9.5. Dave, what are you doing?
Adam Simone, this guy's pitching well for the Indians. I've watched him, and I don't think his stuff is extraordinary by any means, but he clearly knows how to pitch. Zimmerman has shown flashes of getting, respectable lately, but he's not a guy I can trust. The Indians should win this.
Any thoughts on this game? I'm doing nothing on this one, Mr. Veno.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll do anything either, guys. I mean, the Indians compensated well offensively last night for the loss of Jose Ramirez. That Franmil Reyes has 3 home runs in the last 3 days. So if they can get enough offense, they're going to be in this wild card thing to the end. Savali, like you say, Dave, not a big strikeout pitcher, but certainly getting guys out right now.
He's Rob Veno. You find him at sportsmemo.com. I'm the Prez. Oakland, KC. Oakland with a 2-1 win yesterday. Here they sit minus 156. The over and under is 9. Dave, talk to me.
Yeah, Kansas City gets a good pitching performance yesterday and quiets down the Oakland offense, and the A's still find a way to win with Mike Fiers. He is on fires for the A's. And Tanner Roark has pitched really well since coming over from the National League, and I think he's enjoying being in a pennant race. He gets to face a team that he should be able to contain. There's no reason not to like the A's here. Although I will say Jacob Junis, even though he's only a 2-pitch guy, when he's got his command, he can be very difficult. So I don't think it's an easy win for Oakland, but I'm not going against the A's.
Guys, don't forget our NFL football show is Thursday. It's myself and Kelly. It'll be the best NFL betting show on the internet, on the television, on Netflix, on Snapchat. whatever the Howl streaming service you use. This is a must-listen-to show. Rob, any quick thoughts on the Oakland KC game?
Yeah, I like what you guys said here. Roark has been very good since getting to Oakland, so I'd probably lean that way. Junis, no pushover, but the Oakland bullpen, I'd like to say that I like them over KC's, but all those guys combined haven't performed very well. But they have enough, arms ready to go here tonight, so I think Oakland's got to be the right way. They're making up the ground that they need to make up on Tampa Bay and Cleveland here with this series, so I'd expect that to continue.
Yeah, they're one game up on Tampa Bay, and I agree with you. I think they're going to win tonight's game as well. Texas, the Angels, home team, LA, minus 170. The over and under is 10. I lean towards the over in this game. Dave Cokin, tell me what you think.
I can't. Sandoval does not look like he's ready for the major leagues. Jurado looks like he's run out of gas. So, I'm not going to argue against the over.
Okay, Rob Veno.
Yeah, it would be tough. What's interesting to me, guys, is when these teams go with openers that are only going to go 1 or 2 innings, generally speaking, the manager will come back with a guy who throws from the other side.
Yeah.
Here, Texas is going to open with Clace, a righty. Going to come back with Jurado, who's a righty. And Angels wanted to change their lineup whatsoever. Should be able to do some damage since Simmons has come back. They're a little bit better. They're a better offense at home anyway. I kind of like the Angels here. Sandoval wasn't having a great time in the minors before he came up, but certainly 18 strikeouts in his last 17 innings indicate he's got a little bit of power to him. I'd probably look towards the Angels here just based off those reasons.
I will say this. Just a point for next year for those who play fantasy baseball. This kid, Clace, he's a closer, okay? If you play fantasy baseball, mark this guy down as a cheap steal in your draft next year. At the end of the draft, you'll pick up saves from him.
I had my draft last night in fantasy football.
Yeah. What'd you do?
I didn't have a clue, dude. I got Todd Gurley as my featured back. I got Jared Goff as my quarterback. But I got a really strong wide receiving core, and my tight end is Travis Kelce, which I don't think it gets much better than him.
Pretty good. He's going to get points.
I think I'm going to be in it. I think it's going to be close. I don't think I necessarily have the best team right now, but I think it's going to be close. So we'll see what happens, and I'll keep everybody updated. Kelly is in the draft as well. Me and her have a $500 bet side wager, so we'll be talking about that during our NFL presidential address. Dave, this should be quick. Washington minus $1 million.
Yeah, they were minus $1 million last night. They got shut out by Aaron Brooks. So you never know for sure what's going to happen. But Shrewds are on the mound, and the Nationals off a loss. Nah, I'm not going to get no lottery ticket for me here on the Orioles.
I'm with you there, Rob.
Yeah, there's not much else to add to that. We'll see if they stretch Scherzer out a little bit more here, guys, off of the IL. Didn't throw too deep into the game last time, only 4 innings. They only gave him 71 pitches, but I think they'll let him go a little longer here.
Boston minus 170, give or take, 175 against Colorado. Total 13.5. I'm not touching this game. Dave Cokin.
I think you can make a case to lay it with the Red Sox. They probably should be more like 2-1 here. Boston they're playing good ball right now. They're kind of inching their way back into this playoff race, and with Tampa struggling and with Cleveland losing Ramirez, they're not out of this thing. And the Rockies look like they just can't wait for the season to end.
Rob Veno.
Lambert at home is awful.
Yeah, and Dave, their schedule, the last 30, 29 now after last night, it's favorable.
Yep.
For Boston. They're going to get a lot of opportunity here against sub-500 teams. Going to get a series against Tampa at Tampa, 4 games where they can make up some ground. They get the Yankees and the Twins all at home. So I think Boston, if they can have a run in them, if they put it together now, be a good spot. Real quick, losing the DH, they chose to play J.D. Martinez last night, which was nice. We used him in left field. I had him. They win the game. They're 19-5. Eduardo Rodriguez's last 24 starts. They support this kid. He's thrown as consistently as anybody on their staff all season long. I see no reason to play the Rockies, tell you the truth, especially against a lefty here. So for me, it would be Boston for sure.
That's the show, boys. Let's do a quick recap. I'm the Prez. You watched First Pitch. A quick reminder again, our final First Pitch show of the regular season will be on Friday with Dave Cokin and Brian Leonard. Then we start up Monday or Tuesday with Morning Joe and the Pro. Morning Joe and the Pro will take apart a couple of baseball games a day, a couple of NFL, and a couple of college football games. It'll be tight. It'll be within 30 minutes. You'll expect the same banter. Dave Cokin will be on a lot. I'll have 2 guests every day, so make sure to check that out. And also head over to sportsmemo.com. Use the promo code VENOFB for 50% off of any of his college football or NFL long-term packages. That promotion is only up for today. And my college football 5% play, regular price $40. It's yours for $15. Use the promo code PREZ15. Make sure to head over to our YouTube channel and check out the college football betting show. Dave Cokin, Teddy, and I took apart 5 games last night. All TV games, the Notre Dame game, the BC game, the Boise State game. Plus, we also look at another 10 games in the 2-minute warning as well. So you're basically going to get 15 games every single week. It's an hour-long show. It's must listen to. That's it for us. Tomorrow, Mid-Major Matt and Dave Cokin on First Pitch. Prez, double mic drop. Out, baby!